package in the mail, MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail those shoot 'em ups, and that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with my MSX shirt on, which is a bit of a hint, and a box in the mail from Japan. So what do we have inside? We do indeed have some more MSX titles, and one particular quite rare title, which is the catalyst that made me leap in and get these titles. And several of the others are basically titles that are added on to make postage worthwhile. And I really don't see myself getting much more from Japan for a while, because the exchange rate and postage have gone a bit crazy. And things haven't restored since COVID started, really. But this I consider a special exception to that rule. I'll open the box up. I'll put the box down here. We'll have lots of Japanese air. And then we have our little green packages. So you buy the individual items, they get shipped to a clearinghouse, and then they consolidate them for you. And they do a good job with the wrapping. So I didn't just pad this with other MSX items. I also added some titles for the PC Engine. I really do a good job of the packaging, so no complaints from me at all. This is a cardboard box title. I've just got to be careful where I put pressure. Now, I do have this title, but I only have it loose, so we'll have a loose cartridge of this available for trade after this video. And it's none other, and it's a really good title, is Mr. Do for MSX. And I said, I've never seen the box before. And it's quite a good version. It's pretty similar to the Coleco version, except the sound's a little different. It's actually in quite a small box, and we have a bit of a, oh yes, there we go. So it folds open like that. I said this is Colpax. I don't think I've got any other boxed items from this particular MSX provider, and the cartridge is in really good condition. My Mr. Do's. So this is, as you can see, got slight orange in there. Mine looks a lot more yellow, so it's a little sun faded. It works though, so this one looks in really good condition, and it's one of the good quality ones with a cartridge slot protector. And I will clean the things. So no instructions, but as I've noted in the past, not really after instructions to call something complete. I am happy with a good box and cartridge. And since this is such a good title, I went for the box upgrade. But that's not one of the primary titles in this lot. That was just a convenience that popped up. I put in an appropriate bid and got it for a decent price. Now, so this is, we're going to flip over to the PC Engine for our next title. So this is, once again, a padder to pad out the order to make it worthwhile. I only put in a fairly low bid. It was an auction one. And I think, it's a bit hard, I could be wrong, and I could correct myself in the text, but I believe this is Golden Axe or something along that times. It might be another platform, you know, hack and slash type game, but I actually don't mind those sort of games. It's got a slightly different case. There we go. And it's all complete and has the Hue card. once again, I'll correct the titles, and of course we're doing gameplays of these, so we'll soon find out exactly what it is. So it's from Victor and Atlas. Now I just have this funny feeling that's not Golden Axe, but we'll come back to that one. Next. Right, back to an MSX shaping. So I actually found another of the Casio titles that I didn't have. Now copies of this have popped up previously when I was on the auction sites, and I went for a couple of $100, and there was no way I was paying for a game that I've never played before and didn't know anything about. I suppose, you know, maybe it died off because lots of people are having problems with the exchange rate or anything like that. But I just put an you know, fairly low bid on this, and got it. So it's enough of the Casio titles. Once again, I have to look up the title when we do the gameplay, but it's GPM 132 or title 32, and we look like a bit of a mixture of maybe an adventure game or something like that. But once again, I'll look up the thing, but it looks quite interesting. And it says popped up a few times, and I've seen loose copies quite a few times, but this is a box one, and the box is in really good condition. So definitely another really good find. But once again, not the primary title. Right, back over to the PC Engine. Now, this title for the PC Engine, and a lot of people, considering you know how many PC Engine titles I have, will be surprised that I have never played this and have never had a copy of it. But it's none other than Gate of Thunder for the PC Engine. And as I said, I've never actually played it. Other than if this is on the PC Engine Mini, I might have played it for 5 minutes. And the very fact that I don't know the answer to that, it's got another plastic wrap over it. I'll take that off. Yeah, it's a CD title, and the cover's in pretty decent condition. That's actually really good. There's no cracks or anything like that. We have the rest of the instructions and the CD. No marks on the CD either. So, Gate of Thunder, shoot 'em up. Yes. All right. We're getting close to the special item. I can now see it because it's in the bottom of the box. Another one here in strange white packaging. Right. Oh, this was an absolute steal, this one. So once again, there's another one that I put a sneaky bid on. Previously, it's gone for over $100, which wasn't willing to pay. It's another one of the Sony big box items, but for the MSX2. I think I got this for $2. So it's called Replicart or Cart or something like that, and it's some sort of little maze game. Once again, it didn't look too compelling game-wise, so in the past I haven't been willing to, you know, spend too much money on, because it looks like maybe a glorified snake game. But this is in really good condition. Oh, and we even have a registration card, the manual, and this has the grey cartridge style, which are a little boring, but still consistent, and all this is in really good condition. So I'm very pleased to get that title, which I know absolutely nothing about, for a couple of dollars. Anytime you get an MSX title for a couple of dollars is fantastic, and that's usually for a loose cartridge, but if you can get one and it's complete, even better. Now, this next title, I have a copy of it already, but this is a box upgrade. Right, so Konami were very clever with all of their titles. They actually put basically hidden and unlockable things in there. And there was a special cartridge that allowed you, if you plugged it into the second slot of the MSX, to actually play with the settings and change lives and change graphics and characters and like that. And that's this cartridge right here. They've got boxing and Hyper Rally, so it works with all sorts of games. And I believe there's a second one. This cover looks unusual, so. But once again, I don't think I've got a box at all for mine. No instruction manual, that doesn't matter. There's the cartridge, we've just got a slight little mark on there. But I'm sure I definitely don't have this one. So, anytime you can get a Konami game, awesome. Right. Advantage of there not being any wrapping on the special item. Now this is one of the other items that started me looking at bidding in the first place. I've been after one of these for a while, so it's a controller peripheral. And, you know, loose ones were going for like $50 or $60. And box ones for like $300. Now this was $50, which I think is pretty good for a boxed one. And it's none other than the Track and Field and Hypershot controller, as it's called. So it's pretty much got two buttons that you can bash. One for bashing, one for jumping. And we actually have the box. There's no foam or anything inside. But it's actually quite a, I mean, it's a little worn on here label-wise. It looks pretty good. I can take it apart and clean it if it's not working. But they sound micro switch to me. So we're going to have some fun playing some Hypersorts and Track and Field. I might actually be able to get all through all of the stages in one of the games. Very hard to do without feeling like you're making you're breaking either your keyboard or a controller. So I'm just very pleased to complete that. Right, there's the special item. I'm going to jump past it because we're going to save it for last. Right, I reckon this is another PC Engine title. Right, and companion to the Gate of Thunder, and another game that I also haven't played, except for maybe 5 minutes on the PC Engine Mini, because I don't like playing games that I don't have, is Winds of Thunder. I'm really looking forward to these because I love my shoot 'em ups. The only thing I was worried about this one, the cover looked very faded. And it's got a little bit of plastic on it, so there we go. It's not too bad. Yeah, and one of its tabs has come off. So we can always use a donor case to fix that one. So, not too bad. Once again, not much money spent. Right. Now, another bargain basement cheapie. Also, slowly collecting the HAL titles. Now, including the HAL titles, the Egglone titles, which I have. They're excellent games. This is just a Mahjong game, so only a couple of dollars spent. Once again, was not willing to pay more than a couple of dollars for something like this. So if it pops up and the box is in reasonable condition, and once again it's a Mahjong game, so not really going to get much play out of it. It's more, helping to complete some of those sub-parts of the collection. HAL produced a number of titles. And there's the cartridge. I'm sure I've even got this cartridge loose somewhere as well, so really paid a couple of dollars to upgrade a box. Another one. Once again, How. I think there's a How title. Yep, another How, but in a hard box. And it looks like a pachinko game. It's actually quite good. It's in a hard box. So the How titles are just part of the MSX collection. I probably have a few loose ones, but I don't have many boxes full. This is a nice hard case. And everything looks in really good condition inside. That's a cartridge one. So, very good chance we'll have no trouble at all with that working. Right, so, a last title. So this one's a little special. And it's even got special in the title. So Compile produced a series of disc magazines for the MSX, MSX2 specifically. And there are certain ones with certain games on them. And they released another of the Aleste series only on one of these disc magazines. And it's none other than Aleste Gaiden. Now one of the others they released a little preview in, but this actually has the Aleste Gaiden game on it. It's also got something to do with Thexter on there as well, but this is the primary reason for this. Now once again, there are chances the floppy disk won't work, but I have other ways of playing it. This has been a goal of mine to get this missing Aleste game in my collection, because I love the Aleste games. And we'll just have to see how we go with the disc. So there's a manual, and we have 3 discs. So we have number 1, number 2, and number 3. So they are just disc magazines, but they did actually come with titles on them. Surface looks okay. No dark spots. Doesn't mean they'll work. Yeah, no dark spots in evidence. So having a look in the manual, which of course it's all in Japanese. There's a Aleste Gaiden article. And I haven't even ever played this in emulation. I have held off until maybe one day in the future that I would be able to find a copy. And finally I have. Literally several copies of this popped up in the same time period. I said I started with the Konami Hypershot and then looked around for other stuff, and while I was there this popped up. Most of the manual looks to be devoted to Aleste Gaiden by the looks of it, and there's even the little registration card in there as well, and then a big article on Thexter, which is quite a good game in its own right. So I'll be interested to see how much of Thexter is on there, or whether it's just a demo. But you can call that definitely a grail item from my MSX collection. Alright, we've had a bit of play, so there's quite a few games here. We may split the gameplays into 2. Perhaps put the PC Engines in one, titles in one, and the MSX in the other. But let's dust off the MSX and the PC Engine and give these all a good play. Right, so here we go with Aleste Gaiden. So it's got this big intro level sequence. I haven't covered it here. I'll do a separate gameplay just on this game in a week or so, once I've had a bit of practice and I can show more of the game. This is literally going to be my first play. Sounds turned down a little bit. I need to be able to hear it myself. Alright. Okay, can't promise it'll be any good. I have never played this before. So we are a dude. Push forward. Oh no, you can press the button. Okay. Oops. Ah, and you can get trapped. As I said, this is going to take me a couple of goes to work out, I can guarantee you. Oh. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a warm-up one. There's a different weapon type. Oh, okay, we'll go Shadow. Yes, very quick game. We won't continue, but we will definitely be having a couple of games. Right. But the graphics look pretty damn good. Is that? Time. Yeah, blues lasers, okay. You have the added thing that you can fall playfield. Oh, I got trapped in between those two. Okay. Okay, I'll just change weapon 3 times then, but at least we got a very good look at 3 different weapon types. Okay. So trap there. No, no, don't straight away. But we'll definitely have another go. And as I said, I will be playing this game a lot, and as I said, I'll probably do another proper gameplay once I get a little bit more used to the controls and the power-up scheme. Talking and playing shoot 'em ups. Probably not the best. Okay, so the O's go through things. That's the lasers. And sitting again, I've got no idea of the hitting power of each of them yet. So they've got some more lasers, I believe. Listen, you know, the graphics are quite well animated. getting trapped in areas like that. Oh, and they can hit you when they're nicking off up the screen too. And it's getting used to the ins and outs. Come on, shoulders. Oh, I fell for that again. Alright, I'll have to call it quits because we've got other games to show in this gameplay, but I'll definitely do a separate gameplay of just this game, and we'll see. I mean, I have to at least get to at least at the end of a level or something like that, so I'll keep on playing this some more. Alright, let's try our next game. Here we go with Mr. Do. So it definitely has different graphics than the clicker one. And it constantly plays a tune. Oops, oh no! I missed the corner. Now, Mr. Do's not all just about collecting the cherries. You can also get rid of the enemies as well. He comes by Pip Thrower. Can also get them by getting the apples to fall on them, which that was a complete and utter fail. Ah, that's better. That's how you get the bonus points. Right, and if you grab the bit in the centre. Oh, I've got to throw the thing in it, not touch it. It has been a little while since I've played. Oh. Well done, me. And the idea is you need to get the extras. Yeah. And each one of those that you get spells out extra, and then you get a bonus. Right, we need to get rid of this last enemy. Oh, goodness me. It's not my game, not my day for gameplays today, is it? I'm really struggling. Left pathway is too tricky now. Oh. Right, I'll try and do a better job this time. I do miss having the escalating music as you're doing those. It's a pity it doesn't have that. No. Oh. So there's a terrible demonstration of Mr. Do. I think we have to have another go. It's the way. You're lucky. Oh, here we go. No. I'm probably not helping myself with playing with the arcade stick buttons. It's very sensitive. Keeps on going diagonal. Yes, it's just a pity that it doesn't have the sound effects. It really hurts it. Take it from me, the constant repeating, looping music is starting to get to me. Oh! Oh, we finished the... Alright, I think I've demonstrated that for enough. So as I said, it's not as fun as the ColecoVision and it looks a little bit different, so it's it really needed that in-game sound effects rather than the continual looping music. And I just think the collision detection just out a little bit on progressing through the squares. Alright, let's try our next title. Right, so here we go, and I've got my phone here. Issunhoushi no Donnamondai, also potentially known as Little Samurai. There were two actually English translations. I chose that one because I liked it better. I've never played this game, I have never seen this game. I'm surely going to die lots. Let's see how we go. Casio brought out some good titles. Okay, I'm on the raft, yes. Nice intro tune. Okay, we can poke things, right. Right, okay. Yeah. Whoop, and but not the logs, yes. So that makes sense. Didn't give myself a lot of reaction time there. But we've managed to get 100 points. 200 points, woohoo! And we can jump, there we go. Whee. There we go. No, I'm not sure whether what's happening up there has any relevance to what I'm doing down here. Yeah, just checking up. It's almost like that stuff up the top is like novelty factor. Oh, yeah, so the more, yeah, there we go, I've got actual damage then. Oh, log frequency's going up. Oh. Yep, definitely can't let them touch you. Said it's got quite pleasant music. The graphics are reasonably well done. Oh god. It looks like dancing cows and all sorts of things up there. We've got very little health left. Ooh, look out. Oh. Okay, definitely need a second go. Oh, aha! There we go. We got a pickup. By the way, I've got rapid fire turned on now. Oops, oh, hit me. So hard with those. Oh! Oh, and you can't actually hit the stuff up the top either. Well, we learn, don't we? Oh, almost got as much as I got in the first try. It's definitely a novel little game. Fighting the current all the time there, so I don't want to push forward too much, otherwise you'll touch them too much. Oh, good, well done me. You do get any points for jumping blocks. You don't get the bonus things very often. Oh, that's a little unfair. Alright, well that's actually got some merit to it, that game. That could keep me captivated for quite some time figuring it out, and there might be more to the game if you get a bit further down too, so not bad for one that I'd never heard of. Only briefly seen. I think there's another one with the large red character that you see in the cover there that's another different game, so we'll have to wait and see. Alright, let's try our next game. Right, so this is Tetsuman, which is the Mahjong game. Now, chances of me being able to work this out are probably very low. But we'll see. Okay, press spacebar. Okay, so I am... Right, you have to use the keys. Okay, so this is my rack down the bottom, and I need to play one to counter what's been put up there. I've never actually played, competitive mahjong. I've only really done the pattern matching sorting. So if I put something like that up, You know, are you trying to get... Yeah, I really don't know. I probably would need to read some rules. Yeah, somebody's got something. Yeah, anyway. As you can see, it's a decent game of... well, probably a decent game of Mahjong. Probably fairly strong too. Very popular in Japan. And, yeah, very difficult to work out without knowing the actual rules of, you know, one-on-one competitive Mahjong. Let's try our next game. Right, so here we go with Replicart. Once again, haven't played it before, so... Okay, that was an interesting secret, so... Thank God, because I didn't know whether I was supposed to be doing anything. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, I think you actually have... Right, left. Oh, great. So it's rotational. Yeah, okay. So obviously you have to get the targets, but the controls rotate left and right controls, like 10 controls. Okay, I can do this. Ah, too slow. Maybe not. Right, so you need to do it a little bit before. Oh, missed. Unlucky. No. That's even pretty bad for me. Floor 2. Oh, okay, so it remembers where you have to. Okay. Oh. Because you've got to get the timing just right, don't you? Oh, seriously? Yay! By the way, have you noticed it's got the fast start? Oh, I ran into myself. Oh, look, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind the concept. Okay, it's alright. Right. Oh, look out. I take it that's bad. Yep. We made it just. So you've got a timer before the bad guy comes out. So, you know, there's a few things to the game. And it's one of those ones that you need to work your way through. We'll just have a go. One more level. Yeah, I was waiting for it to start. Ah, God, you've got to get that timing right on those edge ones. Alright, I won't torture you poor guys with that one any longer. I mean, look, back in the day, I probably would have actually enjoyed this game and played it for a while, so, but it is a little bit just lacking in other things, but it's quite interesting, and for a couple of dollars, yeah, not a big loss. Alright, let's get out the track and field controller. Right, so here we go, we're giving the Hypershot controller a go, and we're playing Hyper Olympic 1, or Track and Field 1 as it's also called. It had a couple of different names depending on who released it and where. This is one of the very first games I played on an MSX machine, and it happened to also be in the arcades at the same time. It was very popular, so I've always liked it. I haven't played it for a little while. I'm interested to see whether this controller helps. Only bad thing about the MSX version, they look fantastic, but because of the ROM cartridge limits at the time, they split the game into 2 cartridges, so you can't actually play all of the events. Well, that worked. I was just pressing the jump button. So 100 meter dash, we should just be using the run button. Let's see how we go. Just me. That doesn't normally happen for me. And that was actually quite smooth. Okay, long jump. Now I need to use both buttons, so. So I reckon I need to turn the controller around so I can use my right hand to. So we're qualified. Right, let's see if we can improve that. Yeah, 743. Well, this is actually quite comfortable to use. And I said it's micro switched. I'm not even making the table there. Hammer throws all in timing and angle as well. The angle is a bit big, but that doesn't matter because I qualified. Need to get that angle at about 45, I think. No, too slow. That's all right. I've qualified. So, and take it from me, that doesn't always happen for me. Okay, 400 meter dash. Okay, let's put the button to test. I was a bit certain. Second cartridge has the 1500 metres, which is really cool. There you go. he just beat me. That goes to score. So there we go. There's our final score, 39,580. There you go. I reckon that's the best I've done for a little while. And then you go around again. Oh, we didn't go fast enough. Yeah, okay, the qualifying times go up. Well, I actually think that works really well. I'll have to give it a try with some of the Hypersports. So you've got 2 track and fields, you've got 3 Hypersports cartridges. Lots of good fun, and you can use this and you don't feel like you're busting a joystick controller, and I think it works quite well. I've just got to work out a good technique for pressing the button fast. Alright, so I've looked at all the MSX titles in this pickup. I'll actually do a separate video with the PC Engine titles, especially since they're, you know, one brawler type title and 2 shoot 'em ups. That'll take a little while to play. So I'll see you in part 2, but in the meantime, I'm Electric Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.